tell some clown.
Eat it up, no need to go down. Rock that one, that is how it come. Eat it up, no need to go down.
Till I come round, come for the 4 pound.
Eat it up, no need to go down. Rock that one, that is how it come.
Sit down, me love how you perform. You grabbing me body, you never go scratch your palm. Wait, your pussy good, me never dead so long. Wait, your pussy good, if you put it in a song. Tell you what the man say, him better run. Come we fight for your pussy, old veteran. Watch how your step, land mine, set a pressure bomb. You just a make it sitting tough up and I never gang. Squeegee round and leave him alone. Shake your bum, see the shape of your round. Leave your panty, the G-string at home. Tell her come see me, come for the 4 pound. Me a cry, sign your tits. Touch it grapevine, bite your lips. Make you waistline, why not it? Don't waste time when I visit. Just come in and kiss me, no risky. She a said it that the jacket he go fit me. Disappear like when me little tricks. She a 5 but she did Lulu before 50. Come and make me pet a pussy Jimmy. Me I know your brother nothing no wrong if you feel it. Pizza your order but me deliver peace. Skinny out like Victoria could not keep the secret.
You're on mute, man.
You muted still.
Uh-oh.
Still muted.
Hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Let me try this. Now can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. My mic was muted. That's why. That is why. What is up, people? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the O.O.C. Yes, that is correct. We did miss last week because life gets in the way. And
you know what I mean?
First and foremost, congratulations to your daughter, Roberto.
Thank you.
I've seen some of the pictures there. And a happy belated birthday to your daughter, JG.
That's right.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So we show nothing but love over here, you know, even though I've sent JG the stream for the stream here for the past 3 fucking streams, and I ain't hear shit from this dude. Like, not even a bro, I can't make it or nothing.
Let me tell you something. 5, 6-year-olds wore me the fuck out. I'll say that. They wore me out. I didn't even turn on my phone. I
What's
didn't
up,
know
Dwayne?
X or nothing.
What
I'm
up,
like,
Dwayne?
I'm not talking. I'm quiet. I'm not saying anything. I'm not even watching TV.
Nah, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Oh, I've been there, man. I've been there a couple of days ago.
Oh, yeah, trust me. Like, at the point where you guys were like, okay, I said, yeah, maybe me and JG will hold it down. But I was like, you know what? I don't know if I really want to do it tonight either. So when JG was like, oh, I can't make it, I was like, all right, we're going to close the show. It's good. We're good. You know what I mean? Because I've been cutting down a lot of the shows that we've been doing. Hey, Tamika, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. You know, finishing up some shows, and I'm not really trying to add anything new right yet. Take a little break off of that because, boy, this stuff can get tiring at some points, you know? So
you guys do a lot more than I do.
Yeah, 100%. Roberto, tell the people where we can find you, sir.
Wednesday
guys,
night, 9 o'clock.
Stick around, guys, because I got a question. I told her in the chat I got a question for you guys, so stick around. Roberto, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Okay, yeah, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I know, you know.
Stick around like, whoa, going.
I'm at the chat them, you know what I mean?
All 2 of them, just rest still, right? Okay, Wednesday nights right here at 9 o'clock with my boys, them Bigger Ford, JG Shaolin, terrific, getting shit off our chest like we do live.
100%. And just to be sure, we have 6, by the way, not 2. Just saying.
2, man. Only 2.
No, they only 2 that commented, but we got 7 watching now. So good job.
Oh, there's watchers and no talkers. I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's watchers and no talkers all the time. 100%. JG, you know what to do, brother.
JG Shaolin, terrific, the undefeated, undisputed final boss of the 36 Champions of Shaolin. Wee! Shout out to Jim Kelly. Yo, thank you all for tuning in live for this fire prime time stream, the O.O.C. with the host Nzo, a.k.a. the Abbott, and the Osiris of the Shit Spliff King, and the Professor of Gunja, alongside his co-host Roberto, a.k.a. Mr. 100. I don't see him yet. I guess he's trying to get off. There you go. A.k.a. Mr. 100, a.k.a. No trouble dead. Everything going to be irie. No woman, no cry.
Bruh.
You know what? I ain't shouting nobody else. I'm tired. Let's do this.
Oh shit, my bad. Look, I'm messing up everything tonight, and that's how it should be.
Huh?
Yeah, 100%. And then kicking JG out, then I kicked you out to bring him back in. My bad. But what's up, Moira, Kitty? Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. Tamika then said they hide in the bushes.
Sure.
Nzo seen you on Twitter, so add me, brother. If you see me on there, you can add me. No worries. So here's my question. All right. Now let me give you a little context. We at work, right? And this old woman comes up and she talking about this dude she know, and she say that this dude, now no kinky business, all right, no kinky business, but this dude dresses up like a baby for a family that wants to know what it's like to have a baby. So he has to act like a baby and he has to do all of this. Now, my first question to you guys is, would you do it?
How much?
No. Ask first. Would you do it?
How much?
I can't tell you how much you do it because Ned, I want to know you guys
I
first.
can give you an answer. I get it.
No, I want to know you guys first. Okay, so let's just say right now you don't know number. It's like, hey, I want you to do this. Would you do it? What's your first reaction? Basically, like no kinky business. You just got to dress up like a baby. It's for families that like, want to experience is what it's like to have a baby before they actually have one. No kinky business. The most they'll do, what she said is the most they do is like, when you brrr on a baby's stomach, that kind of shit. That's what kind of thing they do to you. You know what I mean?
They get to feed the baby?
No poop, no poopy, no pee in diapers, nothing like that.
Can I
you guys are talking like this shit is normal.
It's not normal. It's not normal.
Doing that shit.
But hold on. Okay, good. I'm glad you said that. He gets paid $1,600 a day.
Damn right. I'm putting on with it.
Put me in a fucking diaper, and yes, 100%.
Yes.
I calculated that. That's $584,000 in 1 year.
Okay. There's going to be conditions.
Oh, 100%. No kinky business, nothing like that.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Fuck the kinky business. No fucking cameras.
Oh, 100%.
No video.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. $1,600 a day. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, right. Yep.
$1,600 a day?
Do I get the breastfeed too?
Yeah, but how many days?
Hey, JG. Oh my God, JG. What's that?
How many days you doing this for?
I don't know how much he does it for. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm assuming.
Oh, somebody's telling you that he does this?
Yeah, that's his job.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he has a page and everything. That's his job. You know what I mean? So,
what do babies do? What do babies do? Eat, sheet, sleep, and poop. I mean, that's what they do.
Fact.
So for $1,600 a day, yes, I'm doing it.
And I did confirm that there's no poopy peeing in diapers, changing diapers, none of that. There's none of that shit.
What would that be included for?
Because some people might want to really
like no newborn baby. You don't want none of that. You won't want to have a kid.
Facts. I was like, bro, put that diaper on me and call me your son. I'm doing it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was definitely the question. I was just like, I see. I knew JG's answer right away the minute I said the price.
Yes.
Right away. Said $1,600 a day only to dress like a baby. Yes, that is correct. Yes. Maybe run around Google Gaga. You know what I mean? Act like you don't want to eat food. You know what I mean? Like act like a baby does. Yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking right. Yeah. 100%. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I'm a Roberto though. No cameras. No nothing. Like you guys, if you see me on the fucking street, you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? You walk right fucking past me because you don't know me. You don't know me. Oh my God. But yeah, that was the talk for today. Got a few jokes. You don't know how we do it over here. Roberta, you're gonna like this one.
Fun Bob.
Yeah.
Fun Bob.
Yeah.
How would that little pussy and Patrick come from?
I
Pussy, you don't know nothing, stop chat. Pussy member, you live on the rock. Me fling off a shot for the fish under that. Shot a pick off a sprat, little bitch all a chat. Gun bob, kill him and me kill him again. Bring in their friend, bag a batty man, him a defend. Him a pretend, get a for make you fit in a them. How about the starfish? Shot a lick in the head. Counteract that, fucking sprat.
Ain't if me a lie, Squiddy no you the what till SpongeBob with a pie. Pussy wall Squiddy, stop your lies. Wait till me buck you with the 9 and he bust up in a eye, make you fuck up on the side eye. The 2 biggest fishini, when live in a bikini, make this song a hotel room if you release it. You love blow up and clarinet, biggie, the at a one in a your squid brain and biggie. All the one SpongeBob, you see him love chat. Anyway me catch you no a straight gunshot. Me nah call the body boy gun back, I all pump that crazy.
Oh, living a pineapple under the sea.
Yes, man, square fans.
And who are the fish will live beside him?
Squidward, big nerd.
I tell
Not
you, boy.
Original.
I tell you, boy. Some of the things these guys do. What about Danny? Would Danny dress up like a baby for a day? You'd have to ask Danny that. I do not think Danny would do that. You know what I mean? Just my opinion. I don't think he would do it, but yeah, listen, you do that for 2 years, you never have to work again for your life? Bruh. What do you mean? All right, we got next one here. Hold on. If I can ever bring this shit up. Hold on. Oh, Lord.
You got a big dick. Damn, you got a big dick.
Girl, you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm still soft. Wait till it get hard. My dick gonna be 20 inches long.
Really, nigga? 20 inches? Be for real.
Girl, I'm being dead ass. My shit 20 inches.
Nigga! I'm what they call a throat goat.
Word? Bitch, stop the cap. You ain't no damn throat goat.
Nigga, I can throw up on your dick and keep sucking.
You a nasty little bitch, but I like that.
Ooh, I want to swallow your kids, Big Daddy.
You want to do what?
You ever had your ass ate? I can suck your dick from the back and eat your booty like a Scooby snack.
Hey, bitch, I don't like when motherfuckers rubbing up against my ass.
Ooh, imagine you fucking me missionary and rearranging my guts, turning my pussy inside out, then nutting inside me.
Hey, is there anything else you do? Like, I'm trying to lick hot sauce off your titties. I'm trying to pee on your face like R. Kelly.
I suck, I fuck, baby, I does it all. But you gonna have to pay for this, Punani. This that supreme coochie. Can't no nigga, you hear me? No nigga turn this ass down. Damn, you got a big...
Wow.
Crazy.
I swear, the things some of these people do with these internet stuff, it's absolutely crazy, bro. Now, this one here, this last one, I think we all can relate to this one. So I'm going to share my screen on this one. Hold on. Well, at least the men anyways. Ladies, I don't know how you're going to feel about this one, but...
Oh, yes, I love this. I want to do that every day. Bro.
Hey, wait a minute. I've already got one of those. Hey.
I think we're back. She's too expensive. Hey, don't take backsies.
Bring her back. She's too expensive. No. I already got one.
Couldn't afford it anymore. Bye.
Wait. I already got one of those. Wait. Too expensive. Give it back.
I already have one.
Right.
She's all yours. She's way too expensive. Hey, Kareem, I can't afford both of them. I got her mother. No, take me with you. What are you guys doing here?
I can't afford her. I'm bringing her back.
No. I've already had my share of her. And look, I got this. Hey, I can't afford it anymore. Bye. Hey, I already got one of those.
Now, Roberto,
Mm.
you have a house full of women. Do you feel like that sometimes?
No.
Roberto's like, yeah, no comment. You're not putting me on the spot, bro.
This guy trying to get me divorced and shit.
JG?
Yep. Drop her ass off. I'm like, oh, take it back.
Anzo is in a humorous mood today. I'm always in a humorous mood, guys. You know what I mean? Like, I always like to have jokes and have fun. Sometimes we get a little bit serious, and sometimes we have jokes. It is what it is. And I think we got a few more to show, but we're going to get into the show real quick. We got a few topics to talk about, and I'm going to start this one off with your homeboy, Diddy. Now, I didn't see today's proceedings, but did you guys see yesterday's?
No.
I can't remember. There's so much mess going on in this thing.
Oh my God. So yesterday, the hotel security guard testified. Now, the hotel security guard is the guy that Diddy bribed to get the tape back. And what this guy said confirms all the type of racketeering shit that they trying to get Diddy on. Bro, he literally said, Diddy called him up. No, Diddy's assistant. And she's going to flip on him, right? Because she was involved in the transactions and they haven't called her into court yet. So there's a good chance when they do, they're going to call her to flip on Diddy. And they gave the security guard immunity. So he came out there and said, yes, he got a call from her, right? I will, Eli, don't worry, I got that one too. So he got a call from his assistant. His assistant said that, you know, there's a tape. Diddy needs the tape. They offered him $50K to get the tape. He's like, I can't do it. You got to talk to my manager. So they talked to the manager. She actually went to the hotel after, talked to the manager, right? So they started talking to the manager. They ended up deciding that the manager's like, yeah, we're going to get him the tape. We're going to get the tape, right? So he went, he gave the tape. Instead of giving him $50K, they gave him $100K, right? What he did is he gave them the supervisor his $50K. There was another security guard who got $20K and he took $30K. Now they only knew about $50K, so he could have kept $50K and split the fucking rest with the rest of them. He should have did that, but he didn't. So anyways, the point of all of it is what they're doing. And I remember when I was first watching the case, I'm like, everything, and we talked about it here, I'm like, everything they're doing, everything they're talking about has nothing to do with racketeering. It's all like, you know, him beating up Cassie, abuse and stuff like that. But when they start to put everything together, and I'm watching this case and everything is being put together, oh man, they're definitely. So racketeering involves arson, which they have him blowing up Kid Cudi's car.
Yep.
What up, Danny? What's going on?
Danny?
They have him blowing up Kid Cudi's car. They have extortion.
Isn't that just speculation, though?
No, because the woman that she was there, the woman that testified before was there. Diddy called her up and said, we going to kill this motherfucker. Went and picked her up. They went to cut Kid. Bro, it was like a fucking movie, the way she explained it. They went to Kid Cudi's house, right? Not only did they go to Kid Cudi's house, they actually broke into his house. They fucked shit around because when Kid Cudi got home, he's like, what's going on? My dog is hidden. Things are different. But when they got to the house, Kid Cudi was, I guess, must have saw them and was driving by. Puppy was like, that's that motherfucker. Get in the car. They all got in the car and they chased down fucking Kid Cudi like a fucking movie, bro.
Wow.
Like a movie. So she corroborated everything Kid Cudi said about the car, and she was there. She was there. So there's that. There's the extortion to get the money for the tape. I'm telling you, bro, this guy is going to jail for the rest of his life. RICO and racketeering, it's all is a catch-all. Yeah, Danny, 100%. You know, so when I sat there and I watched this stuff, I was like, yo, but Diddy has one lifeline and one lifeline only, and that lifeline is Trump. They asked Trump, would you pardon Diddy? Trump said, oh, me and Diddy been friends for years. I haven't talked to Diddy in a long time. He said, I know I heard some things he might have said, but I don't know if the internet is true. I haven't talked to him, but maybe.
He said he would consider it.
Yeah, maybe he's considering. He would considering giving Diddy parole. Not parole.
Pardon.
Shit. Yeah, pardon. That's it. Thank you, Roberto.
Because he believes anybody that was served injustice gets a get free out of jail card.
I think Diddy just gotta put some funds together, put about $1 million in Trump's pocket, and get that shit. Because that's the only way he's getting out.
He let a gangster out, man.
Yeah,
what's that?
He let a brother, a gangster.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what up, LowKey? What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man.
LowKey?
So yeah, so that's the shit that's going on in that case, and there's a whole bunch of like witnesses that are coming out, and I think, to be honest with you, everybody's flipping on Diddy. Everybody that worked for him is flipping on him.
Not only flipping on him, fucking people are profiting off of his name like crazy. Every time I open up a new stream or a stream, Diddy this, Diddy that, Diddy.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Diddy boys up. I'm like, man, you guys are saturating this shit.
Hey, Danny, you want the link? Let me know.
But man, when you think about it, everybody gets that comeuppance, man. You know, he profited off of Biggie's death, so people profit off of him. I mean, it's just universe has reset itself.
Look at my son, Free Diddy. Of course you would say Free Diddy. Of course you would, right? And Ray said, I came here because I heard Nzo had baby oil. Oh, you damn Skippy. You don't see the way my face is glistening? You don't see that shit? You 100%. You know, I just don't have a pool that I could fill with baby oil like Diddy did. But if I did, ain't no party like an Nzo party. That is 100%. But that Nzo party is a party of two. A male, me, and a female. That's it. There's nobody else, you know? Baby oil for days. Fact. So, and here's another thing too. Dimican, why do you think he's been done wrong? Interesting. So here's another thing too that I was gonna say is because damn, I forgot my train of thought. Lord have mercy.
Let me
go ahead, Roberto. Go ahead, Roberto. Yeah.
I don't know if I sent you something on Instagram or Messenger, but it was an all-white panel talking about how the manhunt is on for any black guy who's in the upper echelon
of the industry. Of the industry, like music and entertainment industry.
If they step out of line, they say the wrong thing, they do
100%.
the wrong thing, they're persecuted. And he came with a fucking list of all kinds of them. And it started with Diddy. There's many people who have done worse and had less persecution. You know, I'm not trying to say Diddy ain't guilty, but all of this wasn't necessary. This is a show to show people you step out of line. This is how we take you out. There's no ding dong. You're under arrest, sir. That don't apply because that don't get cameras. That don't get the internet buzzing. And we're always the ones that are. He even put Bill Cosby up in there.
100%, I agree with you.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
He is guilty.
Yeah, for sure. There's no doubt.
This show isn't necessary.
There's no doubt.
You know?
There's no doubt Diddy's guilty of what he did, right? Now, here's my thing, though, and I was going to say this because there's two things. So we've heard a lot about the freak-offs, right? Now, so far, from what they've gotten in court, is that the freak-offs have only really been Puffy, Cassie, and whatever stripper that they had. So I don't know if there's other freak-offs that they're talking about, but when they talk about the freak-offs in court, what I've been watching it, all it's been with what Diddy has done to Cassie and what he's done to like his ex-girlfriend, stuff like that. It's not like this whole elaborate big party where a whole bunch of celebrities are doing certain things like they made it seem at the beginning of this case. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but it seems to me like they're only focusing on Diddy, Cassie, and whatever strippers were out there, whatever male escorts he had out there. So I don't know if there's more to it than that, but that's the only thing they're focusing about right now. Said, so because Diddy did weird things, he needs to be in jail for life. They didn't have really anything then hit footage, right, of those people. Okay, so here's the thing though. They do have a lot on Diddy. Diddy has been blackmailing. Diddy has been extorting. He's been threatening. Like he told one of these women, so there was a woman that testified. She used to work for Diddy, but she used to work for Suge Knight before she worked for Diddy. When Diddy found out, Diddy said, if you do or say anything, I am going to fucking kill you. Right? So Diddy has been making these threats. Now, I get what people will say, especially people with, oh, well, how do we know all these stories are true and this and that? But to be honest with you, man, there's too many people saying the same corroborating stories. Like, there's just way too many people. It's not impossible that there's this big conspiracy to get him. That's not impossible. But at the same time, this is the one case I don't think that's the case. You know what I mean? I've questioned a lot of things they said about R. Kelly, right? Did R. Kelly do all of those fucking freaky shit and stuff? But they got R. Kelly on racketeering too. And I just don't see the correlate. Well, I kind of do now. Because they're saying, you know, threatening, keep holding people out of their own free will and stuff like that. So I get it. But more times when they talk about racketeering and you know, all of that stuff, it's like criminal organizations. It's a bunch of criminal organizations, right? So they have to prove that Diddy's organization was it was predicated on criminal activity. And that's not what Bad Boy was predicated on. Now, there may have been criminal activity while, you know, things started to progress and stuff like that. But to say it's a one, so they're saying that they may have a hard time getting him on that, but everything else is like a cakewalk. So I don't know, man. He said R. Kelly got away with it for 30 years. Diddy 100% did it. Yeah, Diddy did. No one is saying Diddy didn't do what he did, because 100% he did that shit. We've seen the video. And like when people talk about how he threatened them and he beat them, there's no doubt in my mind, because we've seen what he did to Cassie. If you could do that to the woman that you're dating, you'll do that shit to anybody. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Just to make a comment on what Danny wrote here, we saw the first hand with Deion Sanders' son. That was massive flex of white power. On that note, you see what they're putting out there to say why he dropped from maybe possible second pick to 144?
No, what happened?
They said he went to his interviews with speakers on, headsets on.
Oh, yeah?
So you see what I'm talking about, the bash? The bullshit bash that comes out there, and it comes out so fucking fluidly that it's so hard to retract. Now, Deion's coming out and saying, come on, man. This guy played for 2 different colleges, 4 different fucking offensive coordinators. He proved every time. And you're going to think that he went to an interview with headset on? Come on, man. Come on, man. You think his dad ain't involved in those interviews?
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
His dad's involved in everything he does.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure he
this
does.
is another discredit bullshit because of his attitude that he has when he is in front of the camera.
That's exactly what it is, though.
So they see your weakness and they exploit it.
And that's exactly what it is, though. It's like, if you don't conform to what they want, then you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you're not one of the good ones, they will say.
You're not bigger than the team.
Yeah.
That's the slogan.
That Negro over there, he's one of the good ones. Yeah, he's one of the good ones. You see that boy? That boy is one of the good ones, you know? Oh yeah. So I watched documentaries, the ones on that's what I was gonna say.
Hey, I still haven't watched. I gotta check it out.
There was a bunch on Tubi, and I watched them, and then I told Roberto, I'm saying, hey, Roberto, there's a bunch of documentaries about Puffy. Roberto watched them that night. He was like, oh yeah,
all 4 of them.
Yeah, so we definitely.
And a lot of the shit is repetitive. So
Yeah,
they're
it
fucking
is.
brainwashing you with the shit, you know?
Yeah, it is. Sorry, let me go here. and I put money Diddy was involved in Pac and Biggie's murders. Well,
I
you
put
know
I've
money
what?
with
always
you.
believed that. Yeah,
I put money with you because I was saying
Who
that from the
profited the
get-go.
most off of Biggie's death? Diddy, 100%. There is evidence, though. They still not coming out. They want those millions or whatever. Where's the evidence? Well, I don't know, Bimican, if you're watching the trial or like, because they're not showing it, but watching the updates, there's a lot of evidence coming. Okay, so here's one thing I forgot to say about. Okay, so when they went right to go get the money from Diddy, right? They took the video, they put it on a USB drive. They went to the hotel, right? When they got to the hotel, for whatever reason, Diddy wanted these guys' IDs, right? So it was only one of them that was there, but he ended up getting his ID and the two other guys involved. When they raided Diddy's home, they grabbed his assistant's phones. 8 years later, those pictures were still on the fucking phone. 8 years. They kept those dudes' pictures on the phone for 8 fucking years. How stupid can you be? I don't understand the stupidity that some of these fucking celebrities think. And I guess it's because they think they're untouchable, but how stupid can you fucking be?
Because when you get that mentality that you're above the law, untouchable, you don't use those functions anymore. Like, you're a big time gangster, Nzo. You own the city. You can walk in anywhere you want and know you can flex. But there's going to be one spot. That's just life, man. That's just life.
Yeah, but
be humble. Be humble, and you get to enjoy it, and your family enjoys it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I agree with you. But for me, I think I'm a little bit smarter of a criminal. And I ain't that big of a criminal. You know what I mean? But I know those fucking pictures.
Whoa. You just incriminate yourself?
You got a friend?
I said, hold on. I said I'm not a criminal.
Oh, no, I could have sworn you said I'm not that big of a criminal.
No,
not that bad of a criminal.
Not that
That's what you said, man. That's what you said.
Okay, yes, I did say that, but what I was trying to say was, you know what I mean?
Blame it
also got some Canadian syndicates somewhere we don't know about. That's like get all those Jordans he be wearing. Like, how you afford all these damn shoes?
Danny,
see, he's scratching his neck. Yeah, he's trying to make sure he's scratching his neck, trying to make sure. He said,
Danny said when he first met me, he thought I was a Nino Brown. Now I will not.
I can believe it.
Confirm or deny Danny's claims. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? If he was a regular person, few years max in jail, not life. You're talking Diddy? Well, so first off, if he was a regular person, this trial wouldn't have lasted that long. It would have been one day, boom, 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 you're done. I mean, R. Kelly and his connections are the same as Diddy. They all rocked under the same umbrella. But Diddy was a lot bigger than R. Kelly ever was and ever will be. Now, if I'm talking about not fame, but I'm talking about in the music industry. R. Kelly was an artist. Diddy was the head. He was the head of Def Jam. He worked under Clyde Baker? Is that the Clyde? Whatever his name is. Clyde Davis. He worked under Clyde Davis. Clyde Davis is the man. So it was him and then Diddy. You know what I mean?
Clyde Davis, the guy you signed Ciroc with?
No.
I think that guy has something to do.
Whatever record company owns Def Jam, and I believe it's Interscope. Don't quote me on that. But whatever record company owns Def Jam, that's who he is. So he's the leader of that company, and then they have Def Jam, which is Diddy. So Bad Boy, which is Diddy, not Def Jam. Shit.
There was some rhetoric a while back about how Diddy was getting too big for his boots, and he was trying to buy out this Jewish guy who's mega loaded, who's his partner in Ciroc. And this guy said to Diddy, know your role more or less. You know,
well, that's pretty much.
And then
Pretty
all of
much.
this shit started happening. Bing, bang, boom, bang, bang.
Yes. So what happened was there was something with Money and Ciroc and something like that, and Diddy called these guys out. And you're right. The minute he did that, that's when all of this stuff hit the fan. You know, psychology. He is just effed up as a child, kind of like R. Kelly. Yeah, he is messed up. I think the industry changes black men because who the fuck do they work for? Yeah, but you see, the thing is, I will never deny that it won't change you because money changes people 100%. That's a fact. You know what I mean? But I think you still got to be smart about it, right? You still got to remember what industry you're in, who are the people you work for. You know what I mean? Like if Diddy was going to be doing all of these criminal and all this stuff, he should have had no fucking conversation with one person, and then that one person took care of everything else, and that was one person you could trust. And you having burner phones, right? You don't have these fucking phones that you carry around every day. You have a burner phone, you crash that burner phone. Shit, if you have to, you send that shit to a fucking safe deposit box overseas, right? Because he should have had a fucking Swiss account. If he doesn't have a Swiss account, he's an idiot, right? So he better have a Swiss account, and whatever you have, you should have locked that shit up over there. There should have been no reason for them to have the pictures of these fucking guys that they bribed for 8 years. Not to mention, right? When Diddy left, when the guys left, Diddy was like, yeah, man. He called him something my angel, whatever the guy's name is, like Alex my angel. Oh, Alex, you're my angel. Alex my angel. He was like, Alex, if you ever need anything, hit me up. You know what I mean? So he said, whatever. He left. He never heard from Diddy. Then one Easter, Diddy texted him out of the blue, like, hey, happy Easter. You know what I mean? You know what that was, right? He was checking out to make sure everything was good. Hey, happy Easter, right? So a couple months later, the guy said he texted Diddy for a job. He's like, hey, Diddy, you told me I could text you anytime I want to, you know? Diddy never responded. Now, I don't know how the tape got out because the way they made it seem is like they took the only copy, but there was definitely another copy out there, and that's how it ended up getting into the hands of TMZ. The conspiracy isn't about Diddy, it's about the industry as a whole. Yeah, the industry as a whole is messed up. When Canada and the South get together, magic is made. 100%, Tony. That is a fact for sure. 100%. So that's the shit that's going on with Diddy. And I'm telling you, I can't wait to watch what happened today because it seems it's getting so bad that his defense, they've only been able to like really, and it was one of the chicks that said, you know, Diddy touched her, raped her. She was the only one that they were able to make look uncreditable. Everybody else they couldn't, they didn't even ask them a question because they couldn't. You know what I mean? So yeah, Diddy's done. Diddy's done. And not only is he done, they're trying to get his jail cell phone calls because they're saying he is still manipulating shit inside the jail. So they want to get those things too.
Yeah, but what are they going to do? They're going to cancel out his conversations with his lawyer because that would be illegal.
What do you? Oh, yeah. Well,
his conversations with his lawyer over the phone can be listened to.
Yeah, but I don't know if they would be over the phone though. Maybe it's like a lawyer will come to the jail cell to have conversations. You know what I mean? I mean, there may be conversations where he has over the phone, but they'll skip those, right? So they'll have a record of all his calls. Skip it. Hey, it's the lawyer. Okay, we skip that one. Boom. We'll go. Oh, he's talking to his son, right? Because there's a clip, and I had it. I can't find it, but he's talking to his son, and his son asked him about Jay-Z, and he's like, "Yeah, you know, where's Jay-Z?" And he's saying it in code and shit. So
it's funny how I was gonna mention that, but that thing I sent you that you said, "Oh, that's interesting." You see what they said about Jay-Z?
Which one? Which one you sent me?
That thing about those two brothers talking about Diddy, how Diddy might get off.
Oh, yeah.
Supposedly, Jay-Z is doing some work in the background for Diddy.
Think so?
Trying to get him out with buying people off and buying situations that will work in Diddy's favor.
I could see that.
I can see it too because you know he has enough on Diddy. I mean, Diddy has enough on Jay-Z. And he says, motherfucker, you want that shit to get up on you and your wife, you better do some magic out there, man.
You know? See, the only thing I have, though, is they seized everything from Diddy. So does Diddy still have that leverage?
Everything, Nzo?
I believe so.
No, I think it's something he got a lockbox somewhere. Nobody knows.
You know what I mean?
Just in case.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. If he did, then that phone with the picture of the guys they extorted should have been in that lockbox. You know what I'm saying? Like anything that has to do
maybe
with
that's petty to him, because when you have dignitaries and politicians and famous artists opposed to some random guy you bribed, you might forget about that random guy you bribed because you bribed so many of them. But those big people, those are the fish that might get you off the hook, Nzo.
So I hear you too. But
the only reason I say this, hear me out. The only reason I say this, because has Epstein's list been released yet?
No, I don't think they ever released that.
Epstein's a much bigger fish than Diddy, you know.
I don't think they ever released that. Yeah, but that's that. I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying that for Diddy, right? If you have that information, I get it. You may think it's like this little whatever, but it's the situation. Right, they said when Diddy called the man, he was stuttering, like, you know what I mean? Like he was like almost in tears and making an excuse. He was high, he don't remember what happened and all kinds of shit. So even though you bribe these nobodies, it's the situation. And if you want to get rid of that situation, you get rid of the video, you get rid of the evidence that you paid these guys, you get rid of everything. And he didn't do that, and he was an idiot. He made these motherfuckers sign an NDA, bro. What? You made him sign an NDA.
He's not well here because he's
he's an idiot
up there, you know.
100%. But you're an idiot. You're a damn idiot. There's no signing, no fucking NDAs. You have, and if Diddy is the thug that everybody says he is, then he should have had some Crips or some Bloods, whoever it was that he rolled with, had them in that room and like, this is your family, because they said, the guy said he didn't even know how Diddy got the guy's number to call him. Right? Diddy called his personal number. He's like, I didn't even know how he got my number. So if you can get his number, you could probably get his address and everything, family, everything. You have some Crips in there and you show him his ID. Boom, this is where you live. This is where you live. This is where you live. You ever say anything?
Also got some syndicate up there. You know, he got something that
I watch a lot of mob gangster movies.
Yeah, I'm
bro.
sure you do. I'm sure you do.
I'm just saying. But
you said that too smooth the way you went through that. Like, oh, you got some history on. So what you been doing, man?
But it's true.
Do they roll like that up there?
Oh yeah, we roll. Roberto knows. Roberto knows. I learned from the best. Right over here. You know what I mean? I'm the younger generation, so I had to grow up watching somebody, and I grew up watching this guy.
But I'm humble now. You know, thanks to Facebook, I was able to make amends with people I tortured in my younger days, and this is the reason I still have Facebook to this day. Just like Diddy held the evidence.
That was the most Godfather shit I've ever heard you say, Roberto.
You know, when these guys like Nzo and my nephews and my cousins talk about me, I said, "Fuck, was I really that bad, man?" Because I always, you know, maybe I did it with a smile and I didn't think it was that bad, you know. I don't know.
No, hold on, motherfucker. I ain't never seen you fucking smile. Until Soul Heaven. That's when sorry, my bad. Saitel, right? That's when we started. Whoa. That's when we got closer, right?
Bob and I was Peter. Hey,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, we had to put on that role. We couldn't go up in there like we said. We wouldn't make any sales. They'd kick us out because we'd be threatening everybody in the office, like I did with Gary. You know?
Yeah. So we got closer. Me and Roberto got closer friends when we started working together, right? But just remember, this is what 37-year history, something like that with Roberto. Like that's how long I've known Roberto.
Oh no, Nzo. You better add some more numbers to that calculator.
Yeah, I'm sure. I just wanted to say that. You know what I mean? I know.
You're trying to
I
make
know
us
it's a
look
little bit
young
more.
on the stream. I understand.
I know. So it's actually 40 years because I met your brother when I was 10, and I'm 50 now. So 10 years old, I met him because it was just before I moved to Plamadon. Right, I was still on Barkley, and I moved off of Plamadon when I was 10.
You were next to Flight, no? Or in that little circle?
In that little circle there, yeah. No. I was down more. I was on right by Legary, a little bit past Legary. You know, so yeah, so that's how. So 40 years I've known Roberto. 20 of those years I never seen him smile. You know what I mean? Listen, no joke, right? I don't know why, because Roberto wasn't a big gamer, but he used to keep the fucking games in his room. All right. So they had the ColecoVision. So we used to have to fucking wait till Roberto leave. Roberto gone. We sneak in the room and we playing, the ColecoVision and shit. I kid you not. When Roberto would come home and the door would open, it would be like a pause. Everybody would pause and the eyes would look at the door. Nobody said shit. We just pack up and leave the room. Nothing. It is gone. We just pack up and gone. Like, okay, we out here and find something else to do. There was nothing,
These things were necessary because look how they turn out to be fine young men today. You see that? These are all life lessons.
Yeah.
At least they weren't shot at with BB guns and fucking hunting slingshots like I was growing up.
Actually, that's not true. We shot fucking BB guns at ourselves. Fuck.
No, but I'm talking about you get home and you hear pew, pew, and you look up and you see a fucking gun hanging out the window shooting in your direction.
Yeah, no, we didn't. Yeah, well, strangers, I would say, because we did
my own people.
Yeah, no, but we did the BB gun thing. We all had them. We would sit on the balcony and we would pick off cars and all kinds of stupid shit. Like just dumb kid shit, bro.
I don't know what my brother had, but those weren't regular BB guns. These were fucking high-powered, like you shoot in a tree and bark is flying off it. Like he's shooting, we're in the other driveway across the street, and he's shooting, and you know how with those BB guns, if you're a distance, they start hooking off.
The ones you guys are talking about are the air cartridge ones, right?
Yes,
you have the regular one. And then you had the air
cartridges and the CO2 canisters and you put the bigger ones. There's more pressure, right? So they literally sounded like almost like there was gunpowder. Some of them.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I don't think we had those ones, but yeah, we know what you're talking about.
He had a slingshot, Nzo.
I remember.
I remember the slingshot.
Yeah.
And the BB drops out the bottom.
Yeah. I remember.
Did they ever tell you that story about that guy who kept throwing the ball? Maybe he's watching the show. He kept throwing the ball over the fence, huh? You know how the bathroom window was, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're fucking small on Plamadon, right? So I'm in the bathroom, I look out the window. He throws the ball over. Jose goes and gets it. He throws the ball over again. Jose gets it. I said, he thinks my brother's a fucking dog. I said, throw that ball over again. I bet you the block hears you, man. He throws that ball over. I fucking squeeze through that window just enough that I could come back and pull that fucking slingshot. The scream he let out, Nzo. I tried to come back in. I must have hit that window 5 times. He didn't see me. So you never throw that fucking ball again, I bet. That shit went in his skin. I pulled that thing so far back. Oh my god.
JG,
you thought it was Green Arrow.
Exhibit A. All right. Exhibit A. Now you know where we got it from. All right. You hear that?
Hey, these are weapons. They're not to kill, so you got to use them when needed, right? It's called the jungle.
Exhibit A.
Why do you think gunshots?
Oh yeah, 100%. But why do you think we had BB guns? Why do you think we had the slingshot? Why do you think we had all of that shit? Because we seen it there first.
Well, it's generational. My brother passed it on to me. I passed it on to them, like I said, and they turn out to be fine boys today.
Fine. Unfortunately, the new generation is different than us. So I guess it is fortunate that we didn't have to pass those things on to the next generation. You know what I mean? Because But I think
painting rainbows on the BBs and shit like that. Discrimination BBs and
facts. Oh my lord.
Yes,
Those were the days.
Basel, those were the days.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Tony said Onzo got the streets of Canada locked down. Onzo's 50 years old. Onzo ain't locking down shit, right? But it's bed at nighttime.
My father in Montreal looking at you. You got it on lock. You got the streets on lock.
Oh shit. All right. So I wanted to get into something first before we get into the social media stuff. And I put it here, have you lost? Because I was talking to Roberta. I texted Roberta. I'm like, yo, you good? Roberta said, I'm angry. I'm like, what's up? He said, I lost faith in people. So I needed to know what happened, Roberto. I wanted to know.
Just in general, man. Like, I'm just trying every day to be humble in my skin, and it's just getting harder and harder to do. I wake up with a smile, watch my sports get all ready. As soon as I start my truck, okay, I'm going to make it to work. No beef, no swearing, no nothing, okay? Yeah, let's go. First light. You motherfucker! And it's Onzo. It's every fucking day. If you're working all year, do the math. Just remove the weekends and holidays. But maybe even on the holidays, if you're driving to see your parents. And you know what? It all comes down to the topic I wanted to talk about, but I got to you too late when I said Pylon City.
No, go ahead.
Now, Pylon City, you may think is in Thailand or somewhere like that because of the pronunciation. No, Pylon City is Montreal. Montreal, per capita, has more pylons than concrete. We have been building our city for over a fucking decade. They destroy the street. When they repair it, the winter goes, they destroy that street again and repair it again. And they've been doing it every fucking year. Google's saying, listen, I'm fucking tired of this shit. I've redirected you 6 times. I'm logging out. You can't go anywhere. My wife is coming home. Say you're south and you're going north, right? She ended up having to go west, northeast, and all these. She was by the casino, Onzo, when she was downtown. She had to go by the casino to get home. The casino's the opposite way. So going, man, listen, unless you're driving here, nobody's going to understand my wrath. Nobody. I think it's going to give me high blood pressure. I think it's going to man, I came so close to hitting somebody. I don't know how I didn't hit them. But I said, you ain't fucking cutting in front of me. That's a bad recipe. Because, man, that's it. I could rant on for the whole rest of the show. That's the amount of shit I take every day with me. And my weed smoking has increased dramatically.
So my question is to you is, yeah, JG, you're laughing. I know you wish it was you, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Hey, the purpose of this show is to get shit off your chest, man.
Yeah. So my question is,
my chest like a gorilla.
Do you feel like you're gonna snap one day?
I've already snapped.
No, but I mean, like to a point where you might not be able to, like turn back, like bust somebody.
I already did that. Lucky the girl stopped.
Okay.
I would have pushed her in the street sideways.
Really?
Onzo, I saw. Sorry, I'm going to use no, I'm not going to use, I'm just going to make it a syllable. The B cut. I'm looking in my rearview mirror like a cop now because this happens every day. Somebody feels they're more important than me 5 cars back, right? So they cut in a lane that they know is to turn left. But they think they're going to come all the way down in front of me and cut in front of me. I seen her. What is she, if she had pulled up beside me and went, no problem, by all means, but you don't look at me and okay, this is my car. She comes like this. I said,
so she's bogarted you, yeah.
I said, make my day. I fucking pull up fucking Clint Eastwood. Make my fucking day. Because I've been saying this every day at work. One day I'm gonna crush somebody. You're in a small car. I'm in a truck. Didn't you do the math? Didn't you do the math? And mine's in 2013. I really couldn't give a shit because when we do this police report, I'm not in the wrong, and I'm due for a new truck. Fucking Nzo, I swear I didn't see her handle for her door. That's how close I was to her. I don't know how I didn't hit her.
Wow. Bob, so last year they redid the A40 East connecting to DeCary. Now they're planning on redoing it this summer. And he said, hell yeah, too many times. Yeah, that's the thing. So I remember they were talking about, you know, fixing up the highway and they said like, this was like 10 years ago. And now everywhere you go, there's pylons here, pylons there. There's detours here, detours there. It's fucking crazy, you know. It's crazy. And then you look at places like, is it China or Japan, where like they look like they living in the future. You know what I mean?
City in 30 days.
You know what I mean? Like they living in the future. And what are we doing? We still fucking, bro. I remember I was watching Back to the Future Part 2. You know, when they go to the future, it's 2015. I was like, man, they made us think in the year 2000 and so that we were gonna have flying cars and all. We don't got shit, bro. You know what I mean? We don't got none of that shit yet. They may be
flying cars, but not enough for it to be in population that you're gonna fucking be on a highway in the sky.
Exactly. And then even if they did, like, yeah, that's a disaster waiting to happen, right?
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean, unless there's a way they can regulate it and still, that's a disaster waiting to fucking happen.
But so. you made a very good comment about China, because if we were living there, Nzo, how the fuck do you think we'd be looking at North America? You like fucking trash. You feebles. You guys think you're fucking smart and head of technology.
Yeah.
You're so. I remember when I went to Europe. They're so far ahead of us in design, like clothing and whatnot. It's crazy, and we get their stuff maybe 3 or 4 years after later. they done let it go.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. And that's the thing, like, you know, a lot of these places, certain places, they start their own trends and they do it, and we don't get it. We don't. It's not even that we don't see it. They do. Like, there's a lot of people. They see, you know, especially fashion shows. They see what's going on, but they don't go for the trend until 3 years later when it's dead there and it's popping up. Like, oh, hey, we should have done this. You know, let's bring this here. It's weird.
But you know what they do that's so good though? They innovate so much shit, right?
Yeah.
A lot of stuff they have was our shit. They just do through innovation. They made it better. We're still stuck in the same spot. Almost like you guys in Canada, right? If you come down further south, you'll be like, damn, why y'all still so behind, right? We have it in our own country. You go to New York, Chicago, then you go down to, let's say, Tennessee, Mississippi, right? It's two different countries almost. Like, we're so behind every freaking thing. You go to North Korea, those streets are cleaner than the shit we got over here.
Fact.
It's ridiculous.
Facts, 100%. And they're like, you can't chew gum on the street and shit like that. You know what I mean? Smoking in a designated area. God forbid you fucking drop a butt on the floor. Yo, they'll put your ass in jail for that shit.
Huh? How they keep San Diego so fucking clean and nowhere else in the U.S.?
Oh, that you have
San Diego has, supposedly it's like glistening over there. You see no garbage on the streets, nothing.
Well, that's how it should be everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how
I mean, New York is known for having it, but since COVID, man, it took a major step back.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to say too. I'm glad you brought that up, because I remember, like, yo, you go in places, like even in the movie theaters, they were cleaning that shit constantly. They don't fucking do that shit anymore. Like, you would think that you would still stick to the fucking hygiene that you did that, right? All of a sudden now, so there's no COVID, so we don't need to clean the fucking cinema like we did. Bro, it drives me crazy, because before, when that was happening, you'd go, it was so clean, boy, fresh smelling. Now you go there, you fucking sticky fucking Coke on the floor because someone spilled their shit, is sticky. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't keep up with that. And I'm like, other places would have kept up with that. they would have continued to clean and make sure that everything is done properly, and we still went back to normal.
You know, it's their bullshit excuse. It's not in the budget.
Yeah, for sure, 100%, 100%. But I'm like, bro, like we gotta be better than that, man. You know what I mean? If you want to say like we the best, then we gotta act like it, and we don't. You know what I mean? We don't. But we shit on other countries.
You know?
Yeah. But you know what's interesting though?
Oh no, that's not true. What's not true, Beaming Kun? Go ahead, JG.
A lot of these places that were named that are so advanced, they are huge exporting countries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
That's
100%.
crazy.
Because I think they're making money. You know what I mean? And not only are they making money, they're putting it in the right places, right?
Exactly.
You know, politicians here in the North and shit like that, they fill in their pockets. That's all they care about is filling their pockets. They make you think they care about the fucking people, but they don't. They don't care about the people. They care about filling their pockets. So it's totally different. You know what I mean? Totally different. Now, before we move on, we're definitely going to have the conversation of have you lost faith in people, because it seems like Roberto has already, and I want to know if there's a way that we can bring his faith back, or what it would take to bring your faith back.
Gotta go somewhere, meet new people. Fun.
Check this out. Listen to this.
I've been half white, half black for every second of every day of my entire life. I ain't never switched it up in nothing. Crazy, right? And I thought I heard it all. I thought I've been called everything you can be called. Okay, been there, done that, got t-shirts, you playing reruns, son. But I was wrong. Oh, I was wrong. I was at work, and I was just going back and forth with my coworker, just a little Tuesday evening banter. I don't even remember what I said to him. It was probably something about him being from California. Shut up, you Californian. You need to go back. You don't even belong here. Mans, without hesitation, didn't miss a beat, turned to me and said, you know what, shut up, Haffy. I've had enough of you. I said, Haffy? Haffy? You just call me Haffy?
Who's this red girl on the left?
She's just someone laughing at the joke.
What is she? Oh my God, look how red she is.
I had to shut
know,
up because I
right?
didn't have nothing to say back to that. I went to my cousin, one of the darker ones. And I told him about the situation. He looked at me and said, Haffy? He called you Haffy? Boy, that sounds like a pet. That boy called you Haffy. I said, what? Hey, don't you do that. He looked at me and said, come here, Haffy. Come here, boy. I said, hey, that's enough of that. I am not Haffy. I am not a pet. I'm Noah J. And everybody gonna put some respect on my name right now. Haffy. Haffy. I ain't never been disrespected by somebody from California. Haffy? How about you go back and eat some arugula? Haffy? How about you go back to your kitchen and eat your tail, Californian? Haffy? Haffy.
Why they put it happy? He said happy, right?
I'm trying to erase that from my mind.
Yeah, he's saying happy, but it's that AI. They can't get the words properly. So
I've never heard that before. I
never heard that either.
That's a new one.
Happy? Yeah, that's a new one too. I was like, oh shit, they called him man Happy. Did you hear about AMC adding more commercials, wasting people's time? Well, I don't know. We don't have AMC here, but commercials in front of movies and streaming should drive me up a wall. Beaming cunt. They really fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You know
over
what I
here, we get them in French.
Yeah, I know. Fuck. And the same one over and over and over fucking again. Like, it's to the point where it's like, you want to pay for the premium package, right? But then you're paying for the premium package for, Crave, for Amazon, for YouTube, for Netflix, for Disney. Like, what's the fucking point? Yeah, you might as well just fucking get regular cable at that point.
The fact that they're, put the shit for free with commercials like you were doing. They're paying you to have their advertisement there. So you're fucking making some kind of revenue off of the shit. Why are you continuously pinching us?
Facts. And upping the fucking price.
Nzo, you never noticed,
bruh.
Back in our day, who was like the police of everything? Legit.
What do you mean?
You do something wrong, they go to this place and this place puts you in check.
Okay.
The BBB.
Oh yeah, the Better Business Bureau. Yeah.
These guys were like, they were like FBI in the business, right? Fuck, you better do this legit because the BBB will put some shit out there about you. What happened to them? What happened to anything in that kind of form? Zero.
They still there, but
that's why
there's no fucking
why they're
effect
able
whatsoever.
to screw us the way they're screwing us.
Yeah.
No one's holding them accountable. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are so PCB, paper chasing bitches that they will fucking take money to avoid doing something that's righteous, legit. That's the world we live in now. Everybody's chasing paper. You have no fucking morals, nothing. They'll turn on family for fucking paper.
Yeah, the BBC, Better Business Bureau, that still exists. It just
no
one cares. Like, well, so what? Oh, we're gonna report you to the BBB. So,
but there has to be something where you like, for instance, you're gonna buy something, you don't know you're gonna get frauded out. You refer to something to say, hey, 500 people got ripped off by this guy. Don't do it. You know what I mean? Something along those lines to protect you.
Yeah.
Because it's not even the elderly. It's open season on everybody now. I don't fucking take no emails, no text, no nothing. It might even be legit and ruin my credit.
Oh.
Because I fucking turn them away because I don't see a name.
Yeah. And you're not sure. I've done that many times, bro.
I had these people calling me to pay a bill and I didn't remember. And when I listened to my voicemail, I was like, oh shit, man, stop calling me with this fucking number because this number has Chinese people talking to me.
Yo, and it's funny because I'm like that too. Like, and the worst is the fucking UPS emails. Like, oh, we got a package there for you. Like, motherfucker, you ain't got no package for me. I ain't delivering nothing. You know what I mean? Shit, but there was a day where I did. Right now, I knew it wasn't the email, but I wasn't sure. You know what I mean? Like, you were not sure. It's like, fuck, I did order something that's coming today. And you can go to the site and you can see the fucking tracking and that it's coming and shit. You know what I mean? So you're like, nah, they wouldn't email you. They wouldn't email you like this. So you have to be careful because they get a lot of people like that, bro. They can't regulate the internet because people are subscribing. So the contract you sign into it says that they can increase at any time. Yeah, 100%. I only have Fubo, Crave, and Prime. Fubo? What's
Fubo?
Fubo? Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. But
it's so fucking long that nobody even reads it. They just click the box.
Yeah.
Service.
Yeah. Nobody reads that shit at all.
Oh, there's an increase.
Yo, 2K. All right. Last year, they were okay. So they have this thing where people say like there's a gambling in that game, right? You buy packs, whatever. If you get lucky, you don't, right? But it's expensive. So last year, what they did is they gave everybody a fucking new agreement. They said they're updating their agreement, right? You have to click I agree if you want to play the game. But when they broke down the agreement, in the agreement says that 2K is not liable for anything. So they pretty much put it in there that if you want to play the game, you can. You spend money, you do this, you do the gamble, whatever, and you spend too much, you can't. We are not liable for anything. You cannot sue us for anything. You know how much people have to click on that shit because they want to play the game? You know what I mean? It's like if you don't want to click it, don't do it. You don't play the game. But if you want to play the game, you got to click this agreement. So I'm right there with you, Roberta. They do so much things for money that they don't care as long as. Listen, I have watched this guy, and I don't get it. I guess you got money, whatever, but you play in my team, right? So in my team, you buy packs, you get cards, you get to use the card in the game, whatever, right? The tiers of cards, you have different tiers, and usually the headliner of the pack is the best card. Whatever card it was he wanted, he spent on stream $10,000 and didn't get the fucking card,
Wow.
$10,000
Maybe he had to
on
spend 12.
a game.
Yeah.
On a game that you pay about $100 and something to buy already, and then you put $10,000 more into the game.
That's ridiculous.
That's sick.
I said it. I'm like, and it's like, no, you don't know if you would do that. Yes, if I was a millionaire, even if I was a millionaire, I still can't see myself. I'm like, boy, I'm not saying I wouldn't start putting money into it, right? I'd probably buy a few things, but I know when I get to like $100, I'm like, you know what I mean? Don't care how much money I have, because why? Nothing you do in this game transfers over to the next game. So that $10,000 you did is wasted on this game. I'm just not doing that. I can't do that. You know what I mean? So it is what
That's
it is.
insane, bro. Insane.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Like the only thing I play on there is my player, and it costs
Even
about
that.
$100 just to get your player to a position where you can actually play.
Yes, and then you know what 2K did? I don't know if you're playing it this year, but you know what 2K does?
What?
You know what they do is they fuck up the shots or whatever to where people now have to make another build and spend another $100 to adjust for the updates that they did. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
See, this is why they need competition. Because when Live was and 2K were playing, 2K wasn't pushing all this, buying this because they were competing. Now they have no competition. They can do whatever they want. And they know we're going to buy stuff.
100%. 100%. And they fucking got me. They fucking got me.
Getting me. Forget
they
that.
Got me today. They got me today, bro. They got me. I'm pissed. They got me today. Right? So it's just fucked up. It's like, you fucking stupid game, man. You know, so guys, be careful of that because it gets addictive. Trust me. And you can get to the point where you're just spending all this money and never get what you want to. And if you watch some of these YouTubers that play it, you should know better. So it is what it is. All right. So next topic that I had, and it was because of a few discussions I had, right? And it's like social media versus real life. And the reason why I brought it up, because I think a lot of people think that the things they hear on YouTube and the things they read on X and all that shit is life. That's what everybody is thinking about. And I'm like, no. Like, for example, the Snyder people, right? The Snyder people, we're not doing the Snyder thing, right? And it's loud on X, and they feel like they're a big audience. But when you ask regular people, they don't fucking know, and they don't care. You know what I mean? And the problem that I have is that a lot of people, they don't do their own research. They just listen to certain people on the internet, and yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I find it fucking weird. I don't know. What do you think, Roberto?
Oh, sorry, I was doing something on my phone.
Oh, wow. Does Roberto get a fan for not paying attention to me?
Repeat that again, bro.
I just went on a whole fucking rant, and I got to repeat that shit. And I can't do it as good as I did the first fucking time now.
Hey, the shit was real, man. It's worth saying twice.
I was saying about social media versus real life, that a lot of people feel like whatever they see on YouTube or on X or on the platform is reality, when in general it's not. Like real, like, so, and I use the Snyder cultists, right? Like Snyder people that like the Snyder movies, like they run around saying, "Oh, Snyder's the best," and they feel because they have this little group on X that they're dominant. There are a lot of people, but when you go into the real world and you ask people, they have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. So I feel like some people feel like, you know, whatever they hear on social media, whatever they hear on YouTube, that it's got to be real. That's the way it is. And I say people don't do enough fact checking for themselves anymore. So what are your thoughts?
But it goes back to what we were just saying before. No one's really holding these guys accountable. How much fucking fraud is there on Facebook? How much fraud?
Facts.
Like you could click a link and it takes so long for it to open, you panic because you know it's going somewhere.
Yeah, that is not going. Yes. And sometimes you click it by accident, you're like, oh shit, and you gotta click off real quick because you never know where the fuck it's gonna bring you. Yeah, 100%.
You just got to learn one lesson, and everybody learned it during the poke. They ordered something on Facebook, and it didn't arrive, or it arrived 6 months later. You don't know where it's coming from. What I do right away is I scroll to the bottom, and then I see incorporated 2025 scam.
Mhm.
I don't care if it's the newest craze. Everyone has it. I'm not buying it from that site.
Facts, 100%. Especially if you see that it's just fucking started this year. Because I've been caught like that. You know what I mean? I remember I seen these shavers and I was like, oh man, I need some clippers.
Shavers, huh?
This shit was
like butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, they even get it. Don't cut like butter at all.
Facts. They were gold. They looked fucking
Yep,
nice.
I know what you're talking about because I got some.
I said, I'm buying these, bro. So I went on the site and it was on Facebook. So I figured it's Facebook, whatever. Bro, that site disappeared the next day. After I paid for it and shit, I went to the site the next day to see if there was any progress on, like shipping or anything. The site was down. Site was gone. Site was gone. I'm like, these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And that's on Facebook, right?
Who are you complaining to?
Nobody. Absolutely nobody. You just gotta suck that shit up,
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, JJ?
I know what clipper you took. They're the kind of goldish looking one. They got like some type of, I don't know, some Asianic or some kind of stuff. Yeah, I got some. But I didn't get off Facebook. I learned my lesson off that shit. So a lot of times we'll see like a clip on YouTube, something, right? They're like, oh, those shavers, for instance. Look at these clippers. They cut so well. They look so good. Then you get them. And it's like, what the hell happened to the clean cut that I saw in the video? I'm not getting it here. What's going on, right? Even like travel, those travel vlogs, stuff like that, where they'll fake the funk, like, oh, come here by yourself. It's so cool, this and that. Then you look on news, somebody got killed and robbed over there. They went by themselves or went to the wrong place, right? There's a lot of people are lying, right? And a lot of times it's for a click. It's for a view. It's for that dollar, right? And they don't care whose lives it affects as long as they fulfill themselves.
Facts.
That's what awareness comes to. And I think it goes along with what Roberto was saying. How much faith do we have in people? How much faith do we have in society? Nobody cares.
That's
individually, we care, but as a whole, we don't. We're failing as a people. We're failing as a human race. Right? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I did get my money back, but that was because I charged back on my credit card. Like I couldn't there was no way to reach the site. Like I bought the clippers from, there was no way to reach them. They were gone. Right. So I had to call my bank and they actually gave me my money back. Mike said too many people just read headlines. They don't bother reading the story. Kind of like
I knew he was gonna do it. I knew it.
Facts. Facts.
See, Mike, I have not mentioned anything about your wife at all. Keep it up. I'm gonna go on a rant. Keep it up.
Hey, I agree with you, Mike. I don't deny that. You know what I mean? So. But I just feel like I said that, especially when it comes to social media stuff, like people act like that's like Roberto said, the norm. This is what it is. You know what I mean? Goes back to the rainbow community. Like that shit's prominent online. And this is what it is, But I actually work with a gay guy and he's like, nah, you know what I mean? We don't really conform to that, So at the same time, I just feel like they push all of this stuff on you. Like you said, Roberto, we talked last week to make you feel like it's normal, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like I said, I say it once, I say it again. There's only 2 fucking genders, but they will have you believing that there's 10.
I saw this thing with this kid. Did you see about this kid in the States who wears a t-shirt to school saying there's only 2 genders? They sent him home.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And there's a whole big thing going on about free speech. His dad's freaking out. They have every right to. Not everybody has to comply to one belief. What the fuck is this? And the next day he went to school and someone had a t-shirt, it's okay to be he, she, it, or something like that. And that person wasn't asked to remove their shirt. So when you're pushing an agenda, a platform, you can't make it more evident than that. And there's nothing you could do about it.
Yeah, 100%. like even if you go on these platforms and you say something against the norm, they ban you. You know what I mean? And when did what we learned in high school not be the norm? Like, I don't get it. When did that not become the norm? When did all of that shit change? All right. What did I do? Like, did I smoke that much weed? You know what I mean? Is it the Mandela effect where I thought things were the way they are and they're not really that way? I just don't know. That's free speech. He can wear whatever he wants to. Well, that's the thing. Even in here, like the hijabs, they can't wear that in schools.
No.
Right?
No.
Yeah, no, you can't wear hijabs in school here.
Wow.
You can't do it in any government building.
Yeah, like you can't wear hijab.
And that's in Canada?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
no,
crazy.
sorry, that's Quebec.
Quebec. Okay, Quebec.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
That's
Quebec.
crazy, man.
Here.
Because what if it's like a religious thing, right? Where
it usually is. Yeah.
No, it's religious.
Yeah, no, they don't care.
No, we're not. I can't wear this.
Your cross. Yeah. No
it have
religious
to be
stuff.
in my shirt.
Yeah.
That is. Oh well.
Because you know why? You know why they did that, JG? Because they wanted to single just them, but because that would appear as racist, they just abolished all religion.
Yeah.
Items.
Yeah. Because when they do that, they're able to focus on what they really want to get rid of, right? Is the hijabs, right?
Yeah, because I mean, having my cross in my shirt doesn't really offend me, but those women, their husbands will not allow them to leave the house without that shit on.
Yeah, 100%. So
wow,
it's crazy. You know what I mean? So
you got to think twice before you come here. That's all it says. You know, we didn't vote for that shit. They put it in effect.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? That's because we got that. Well, we been having them fucking separatists, and I don't care who you want to say is in power. They all want to separate. But I think Alberta is really making moves for that, though.
Yeah. You see that,
You know
huh?
what I mean? Yeah. He said, scientifically speaking, there are more than two genders. There are, however, two sexes. Definition of gender is characteristics of women, men, girls, boys that are socially constructed.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but a woman, a boy, that's a man and a girl.
Yeah.
You know, you're giving them labels all for the same thing, you know?
Like either way, still a male and female.
Like when we say fruits, there's more than one fruit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I hear what you're saying, but like Roberto said, girls are women, boys are they end up being men, you know?
Let's make things less complicated. Life is hard enough on its own. Why are we complicating things? Used to be so fucking simple. You know?
Shit used to be a lot simpler.
But I don't know if technology is the reason, but man, it has to be because this world has just gone fucking mad.
Well, this is what it is, right? So again, back to the social media stuff. People have voices that shouldn't have fucking voices. Now you could say, oh, well, maybe you guys shouldn't have a voice, and maybe you could be right. Maybe to some people we shouldn't have a voice, but there are just some. Yeah, exactly, right? But there are some people out there that just, I think, are toxic, and you know what I mean.
But they're pushing their agenda. If you're pushing it, you got to expect resistance.
Well, they don't.
No, but you got to expect it because not
100%.
everybody is going to be on the same platform. It'll never happen on a human level that everybody is. The only thing they'll agree on is that Captain Orange shouldn't be there. That's as close as you can get to everyone being on the same page.
And shit, we still can't get everybody on the same page because if we could, he wouldn't have been elected again.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
People that are on the same page have no say in the matter.
On the
all
same
non-Americans who are saying it.
Yeah.
You know, go around the world, go anywhere in the world. They'll tell you no Trump. If you see, I was watching European news and they were showing some country. They were having a parade. The whole fucking parade was costumes and stuff of Trump, and they're mocking him with a massive head, with a penis in his mouth. They had it's the whole fucking town. Why would they hate this guy so much?
Yeah,
they
a lot
have
of
no
people do.
relevance over there in the US. Why? Because somehow, some way, he touches them.
I feel you.
Policies.
Because even here, Roberto, like, you know, okay, yeah, you can talk about the tariffs and all the shit, 51st day and all that, but there's no reason why we should really fucking care, you know what I mean? But you're right, he touches us. He says certain shit that just irks you to where it's like, oh, fuck this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like Elon Musk, he just says shit or does shit, and it's like, oh, fuck this guy too. You know what I mean? So, yeah. He said, anyways, in 10 years, we'll be like in Wall-E with AI making decisions on its own and copying itself to never die. Yeah, I could see that. Well, when people are referring to two genders, they're usually talking about ding-dongs and woo-has. So technically speaking, they're wrong. He said, now if one were to say there are only two sexes, then they'd be correct. So what are the other genders then, Mike? Because there's male, female. What's the other genders? I don't get it, right? Like when people talk about genders, it's penises and vaginas, right? Male or female. I don't know any other. I never experienced someone with anything different than that. I don't know. Maybe I'm not understanding what you mean or whatever. I'm like, do you guys no, do you guys get what he's saying?
Nope.
I mean, I get it, but that's just
it's an argument.
So break it down in layman terms for me, then, because I'm not. I'm kind of confused.
According to Google, there isn't a fixed number of genders. A gender identity is a spectrum with many possibilities. While some societies may recognize primarily male and female, based on anatomy, gender identity is about a person's internal sense of self.
Right. Identity. That's the key word. You can identify as whatever the fuck you want to. That does not mean you're not.
That's fiction.
But my thing is this: when did it become?
There's two.
Because growing up, I don't remember hearing any of that stuff. It was either remember kindergarten cop? Remember kindergarten
10
cop?
years ago
When the boys in the classroom, when the kid was in the classroom, he walked up and said, "Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina." Remember that in kindergarten?
Yeah.
You can't say that shit nowadays. You can't. Because if a boy identifies as a girl, you can't tell me his penis. You can't tell him his penis is a penis. I don't get it. I'm sorry, I don't get it.
You could call it a flute, a trombone. You could call it a snake. You could call it whatever you want. But layman's terms, the facts in the medical fucking books is that shit's a penis and a vagina. You could call it whatever you want. Doesn't mean it's so. Now, if you want to go totally off the fucking books like that guy and he says, I'm white, I'm identifying as black or something along those lines, he's mocking you. And you guys say, that's not right. Why? Why can't it be right for him? If it's right for you, why can't it be right for him?
I feel you.
It doesn't make fucking sense, Nzo. This is why you have resistance. And then they want to call you a hater. Your shit don't make sense. Make it make sense. We'll apply and we'll move on. I know what a gay couple is. Now when I see them, I don't judge them because I know now this is accepted. But some of the stuff you're pushing, we would just not accept. We're not going to accept every fucking thing.
And
come on, man.
This is another big reason I have an issue with. Mike, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. But I have an issue with that definition because you also have gender affirming surgery. So if a man identifies as a woman wants to get that surgery to become a female, then they're changing the gender from male to female. They're changing the gender to what they identify as. So technically, there's only two. I mean, it's confusing to me. It's confusing. I mean, I don't care. Do what you want to do. Live your life. Be happy. Yeah, you want to be a dinosaur. Be a dinosaur. I don't give a fuck. Do what you want to do. But when 100%. You try to force, like we were saying, if somebody's a streamer and they claim to be transgender or they just American, whatever they want to be. And they go on this whole tirade and this thing about what they believe in, right? You might disagree with one little thing. Know what they'll say? If you disagree with anything I say, you're homophobic. If
Oh,
you disagree with
100%.
anything I say, you're transphobic. If you disagree with anything I say, you're racist. If you it's like I can disagree with something and still not give a fuck about what you're doing.
Oh, facts, 100%, right? And just because we disagree, like Roberto said, you know, if that's what you want to do, I'll accept what you want to do. That's your life. I say it all the time. I think people should have the right to live their life. You know what I mean? And I know it may be people may not agree with me, but if you a crackhead and you ain't hurting nobody, then fucking smoke your crack. You know what I mean? If you an alcoholic and you ain't hurting nobody, then be a fucking alcoholic. No one should be able to dictate how you live your life. I don't agree with that. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want to. Legally, of course, right?
Imagine you're standing on the corner, Nzo. Someone pulls up beside you. You see the light's red. Guy tells you, no, the light's green. No, the light's red, sir. The light's red. It says, you see like the big hand there. It's red. It says stop. No, it's green. So go fucking cross the street then. Go cross the street. I bet you this conversation's over. You know what I mean? That's the fucking reality check some people need when they start telling me that I'm seeing something different than what I'm seeing. Cross the fucking street.
And that's it, 100%. And when you can bring me some scientific evidence, and the thing about it is too, I think they try to discredit science now to make their points right. You know what I mean? And like this world was built on science, so I don't just sit here and disregard science in that type of way. I'm not gonna do it. Like, you're not gonna tell me that the sky is fucking green and I know it's blue. It's been blue my whole fucking life, and now all of a sudden you want to tell me that blue is really green. And I'm supposed to accept that. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't accept that. If that's what you want to think, then you are more than welcome to do it. I will never tell you what to think or how to live your life. Yeah, the sky is green. You are correct, 100%. That's it.
Straight up.
Simple
Are you fucking recruiting? Are you recruiting? You looking for more people like you? I'm the resistance, motherfucker.
Because I'm sure you'll be able to find more people like you, right?
Yes, have conversations, but Nzo, watch when you have the conversation with them. This is what they do. Hold on. So Nzo, how do you feel about it? You never notice that, and I'm like, what the fuck you doing? Oh, you don't want no one to hear. Maybe you don't want no one to hear, but I have to hear their rhetoric. Why the fuck can't they hear mine?
Listen, there's this guy, the guy that I work with. He is like 100% gay, right? Married and everything. And he sits there and says he can't understand that part. He says he can't understand the nobody, you're not a them, they, him, them. And these are his words. Nobody's a they, them, or this and that, right? And this is coming from a gay person, someone who's in that community. You know what I mean? So if he's not accepting of it and he's in the community, then you can't blame people who are not in the community for not accepting it either.
Hear, hear.
You know, that's just how I feel about it. So I know we went off to that like little tangent on that stuff, but it all comes down to, again, social media and the way I've always said that the internet is a curse and a blessing, but it's beginning to be more of a curse now than a blessing. It's really being more, it's the scams, you know, the hatred, the racism. It's because people are hiding behind their computer, right? A lot of the people are hiding behind a fucking avatar. They don't even show their face, right? They won't even show their face, right? They hide behind an avatar and they don't even show their face. And then they love to talk a lot of shit, right? But will never show you what you look like because they never want to know what you look like. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you guys can't see them,
I see who you pointing at. I got haters at my job. I got to be careful.
I would never use talk a lot of shit and JG in the same reference. JG, you don't talk a lot of shit. You're with us.
Not
man.
to you, because he's scared of you. Oh yeah, but JG
There's
is talking
nothing to
about
be scared of, man. I ain't fucking
You remind me of my
So-
pop, man. I can't help it. You remind me
No,
of my
the-
pop. I'm sorry.
Yeah, those were his words, not mine. But JG is scared of me, so he'll come on the stream and have some fucking Nzo like does cow dung or some shit like that.
You guys like
Yeah.
playing tennis.
I have not
That's
done
what
that for I don't know
think.
how long.
You guys,
but you've done it though.
You started.
You've done
No, I think I did start that. My bad.
and I ain't never seen. And Roberto has come at you a couple times. I never even seen you come at Roberto.
Yes,
Roberto is
well,
untouchable. Never.
I came
I
at
don't think
JG
a bro's
when?
ever came at me though.
Oh,
I came
yeah,
at
yeah.
you, JG.
No, I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
remember.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think
yeah,
so.
Yeah, there are a couple of times Roberto made the mooching joke. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, that's the shits and
Oh,
giggles,
that's
man.
nothing. I always say I'm not a mooch, except that one
wait.
time. Well,
So
two times.
So wait, what Roberto says is nothing, but when I say it, I
No,
get
but Anjo, you say it like Trump. You come at him all the time, right?
Well,
I just
happen
like,
to know.
I rolled with you once or twice, just laughing because
Mm-hmm.
if you smoke spliff, you've all ran into those people. You
Oh,
know?
100%.
The fucking guy
100%.
who fucking makes love to your spliff, you don't want it back because the shit's all soggy and shit.
100%.
Or the guy who
Yeah.
takes tokes like it's his last tokes in life and he fucking flames your shit.
Yeah, or they make it run like
That's
crazy.
what I'm talking
They
about.
get it
Flame.
run. Yeah,
Making
yeah,
like
yeah.
like the Statue of Liberty thing, you know?
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I know if I ever meet JJ, I'm not JJ, shit. JG, JG. If I got a 3.5, I gotta tell him I only got a split. You know what I mean?
That's enough for me. That's enough. That's enough. I'm good with that.
Oh shit.
Tell him I got a 3.5. He ain't leaving.
So yo, I see there's only 15 minutes left, man. Let's talk about fucking people.
Go ahead.
You guys ever watch? I don't know. I like this woman on CNN. Her name's Abby Phillips. You guys ever see her?
I don't know. Black woman?
Yeah. Good looking black
so.
woman, intelligent.
Yeah.
She holds a little panel, two Trumps, two Democrat people.
Yeah. She was the one that went after the dude for the immigration thing, right?
She goes after a lot of people. That's why I like her. She's righteous, you know?
Yeah.
But when the Republicans do something right, she says it too. She's not, I feel she's pretty even, but the red give her so much to work with because I find like there's only one guy, and it's that guy who's on that show. Sometimes he'll say things that Trump does or did against him. It's very rare. But if you notice, anybody who's a Trumpian will never speak bad about him. They'll never question anything he does. They just take out their pom-poms and create these fucking fictions and talk about Biden. Trump's kids are doing the same things fucking Biden's kid did, but they sit up on this show and say what Biden's kid did is criminal, what Trump's kids are doing is enterprise. They're businessmen. It fucking makes me sick.
Hold on. I found who you're talking about, Roberta. We're going to show this clip. You're going to watch her cook because I think she cooks, and I think this would be Mike's second wife. You know
I
what I
literally
mean?
run at 10 o'clock to watch her show. You know that, huh?
Oh, yeah?
This is the guy I'm talking about who sometimes turns on Trump, but he's a real Trump cheerleader.
Yeah, I only watch clips. I've never actually watched the show, but listen.
I love it.
I mean,
You're saying it's not true that some white farmers have been murdered?
no, it's not true that
Watch
there is
his
a
face.
genocide against white
Okay,
farmers.
whatever you call it, have white
Yeah.
farmers been murdered?
Actually, how many
Have
white
violence been
hold on,
committed
wait.
against
How
white
many
farmers?
white farmers? Hold on a second. How many white farmers have been murdered in
I don't know,
South
several.
Africa?
I mean, they asked.
No, how many? How many?
I don't know, several.
I know why you don't know, because those numbers don't exist broken down by race.
I mean,
How
I
many
know
black,
this. I wouldn't
how
trust the
many
South
black
African government to tell me.
farmers-
I know that.
How many black farmers have been murdered in South Africa?
Look, you guys are so triggered over 59 people.
No, I'm not.
After we left, 20 million people in
haven't
the
even
country.
brought
I don't
up-
know why you're so
haven't even
triggered
brought
over
up the people, the white people that Trump picked out because
She's
they were
fine,
white
though.
and told them they could come to the
Oh,
country.
yes,
She's
for
fine.
sure.
racial
Yeah,
There are
For sure. For sure.
And
Yeah.
she's highly
There are
intelligent, man.
19,000 murders in South
100%.
Africa.
I ain't
36
even
were on
listening. I'm
farms.
just
7
looking.
of the farmers were
It's
victims.
pure
This is
facts,
according
pure
to-
That
numbers.
is, yeah, it's
Lonzo.
facts.
And they question her and criticize her.
Other
She's the host of the
29
show.
Hold on a second. The 29
Yep.
victims who were included in the farm killings were farm employees who tend to be black. So the vast majority of people killed on farms in South Africa are black. Where is the concern about them?
The concern is that there are white farmers who have had violence committed against them, and they're being threatened. They're being threatened every single day. There's 59 people,
Their
and
answers
you're triggered about
fucking
59
kill me,
people.
Onzo.
And I don't
Yeah,
know
me
why.
too.
You never answered a question. And he talked
Never.
about Kamala.
Why are you only concerned about white
They
people?
never
I'm only-
answered the question,
I'm only
Roberto.
concerned about this
Never.
story because these 59 people asked for status. They're getting status, and now everybody's freaking out
They
about
didn't
it.
ask for anything.
There
Actually,
is no evidence that white people have been.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, wait, hold on, don't move it. You see that black guy there?
Uh-huh.
Next to the black, you see that black woman in the middle?
Yeah, yeah.
She's stupid intelligent. Stupid intelligent. And the black guy next to her, that's a UT.
One of them.
Big time. Big time, Onzo. You should hear him talk. He's a
Mhm.
Republican strategist. Trump could do no wrong. He even says, well, I would have taken the plane too. I would have opened up a meme coin too. Everything Trump, I would have done it too. So you're both criminals. That's all they're telling me.
You know what's funny? Did you ever see, and I think I sent it to you or you sent it to me, the clip where Donald Trump is talking about how Obama needs to give back the plane and this and that, and then they cut to Trump saying that, oh yeah, plane, that's a great gift. Yeah, why wouldn't I take it? I'm like, you are such a fucking clown, bro. Like, really and truly, you are a clown. And I don't understand how people will see stuff like that and don't realize the type of fucking narcissistic hypocrite that he is. I don't get it.
Did you see his interview with the president of Congo?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And the president of Congo said, you know, I don't have a plane to give you. He goes, that's too bad because I would have taken that too. Like, what the fuck is this? This guy is just with his pockets open.
Mm-hmm.
You see how
Mike
much money
said-
he made off of his crypto?
No, I didn't. But I'm sure it's a lot.
And you know what he did, Onzo? He flew in 200 of the biggest spenders to host a party for them.
Yeah, makes sense. I believe it.
Whose dime you think that's on?
Yeah,
the
not
American
us,
people.
Yeah, the American people. I can't say that's because we ain't American and we'll never be American. 51st State can kiss my black behind. Mike said it's a cult, Roberto. Straight up, the right likes saying there's TDS, Trump deranged syndrome, and there is. It just describes the people that worship Trump. Yeah, 100%.
It's insane. It's almost like they drank Kool-Aid, man.
Like, you can do no wrong, right? No matter what the fuck he says, contradicts himself all the time, but it's always someone else. It's never Trump. It just it drives me up a wall, and that's where you get into the people shit, Roberto.
Yes, and they're not our people, but you could see they have a massive effect on the world.
Yeah, 100%. And you know what's funny too, and you hear about what's his name? It's a Cuban singer, El something, voted for Trump, and now he has 10 days to leave the country.
Yeah.
I didn't show you that skit that brother did. The guy that
Oh yeah.
The white
Godfrey.
Godfrey.
Yeah, he did it.
And he imitated a Cuban so nice, man. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
throw.
Yeah.
Hey, Trump, well, why you kick me out now? The party's over? What's going on? That is so sad.
Facts. Okay, so before we go, I want to play this, right? we've talked about, depression and stuff a lot on this show, right? Now, hold on, let me see what Mike said. There were 220 of those crypto people that had access to him. They explained that it wasn't illegal because it was on his personal time. I guess
it wasn't
I
the
guess, I
president
don't
during
know.
that time. Okay, he took time out and then he came back and he was the president.
Continue talking, guys. I'll be right back. Talk, Roberto. Talk.
That's exactly what. If that's the case, that's exactly what was done. This guy's enterprising his position. He is banking and banking. His last 4 years, he's probably going to be a billionaire by the time he leaves the White House.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But I mean, when you look at, you have a lot of politicians, whether left, right, middle, whatever, right, who come in with this amount of money. 2 years later, they're multi-millionaires. It's just, we need new blood, man. We need new blood. That's what we need.
Where I was going to say, Gigi, where are the young politicians? Like,
they're out there, man, but it's just, number one, they don't have enough backing. They don't have the money. They don't have the resources that these older people have, right? And if you don't abide by their rules, well, it's one guy, I forget his name. He's on he's a Democrat, I think. He's like
I seen
20,
him. I seen him. He curses.
He's young, in his 20s. Yeah. And he says this thing, they all say a lot of good things. When you look at their track record, it's like, dude, you haven't really done anything.
Yeah, but he has good intentions. But again, they all say that rhetoric prior to getting in there, and then they realize what they can and can't do.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't they research what they can and can't do prior? Why can't their agendas they're saying be probed and looked through so they could be called out as slander, that these things can't even be done? How are you able to even present those things to us knowing that you can't do them just to win our vote? Isn't that fraud?
Well, remember back when Joe Biden got elected, right before he got inaugurated, he had a meeting. This is documented. He had a meeting with, I think Steve Harvey was there, all these coon Uncle Tom people over there, right? And he said to their faces, I'm not quoting, but not saying verbatim, but everything I said I was going to do, I'm not going to do it because I can't do it. He said, no, Joe Biden. I'm going to send y'all a link if I can find it, if I can ever find it. Now, this isn't verbatim. I'm just paraphrasing.
Okay.
He said, in the next, 10 years in the future, or something like that, he says, the Latino population is going to be the majority. White people don't want to hear that. So if you need help, you need to go run to them. Black people don't want to hear that. Right. And he went on this whole thing. Right. And guess who else was there with him? Y'all favorite vice president, former vice president, was right there with him. And it's just like both sides do this all the time. They all say this shit to get themselves elected. When they get in there, they do a 360 like, oh, I never said any of that. Oh, you misunderstood everything I said, right? And it's an ongoing thing. So when is this going to change? Will it change?
To be honest with you, the way it's been going, I don't even know if it's going to change at this point. You know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely crazy the way things have gone. And we sat here and we didn't think he would be fucking elected the first time. And I was like, there's no way he's gonna get elected again. And sure enough, he did. And he is doing every fucking thing that we talked about or that he talked about for Project 2025. Everything. He's doing it all. It's crazy the amount of people right now that are scared about their social security, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they passed this big, beautiful bill, right? The big, beautiful bill was 1,038 pages, right? And now a lot of the Republicans who agreed with it are complaining about certain things that are in there that they didn't know were in there until they signed it.
Because they don't read. People don't read brochures. You know they ain't gonna read 1,000 pages.
What are they gonna do? They're gonna question Trump. You're gonna question Trump. You're fired.
Yeah, exactly. They can't do nothing. So this big beautiful bill has passed, and yeah, and because I get it. Like, I wouldn't want to read 1,000 pages either. I'm not fucking reading all of that. But at the same time, if you don't, and you get screwed, that's not on him. That's on you.
They're getting paid that big money to read those fucking pages.
100%.
That's your fucking
100%.
job.
Exactly.
It's not like it's a side thing that, I don't really have to do. This is your job. It's your mandate.
Yeah,
Don't
100%.
you guys get raises every year? For what?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying this over and over again. We're dealing with this stuff now because the left didn't do what they were supposed to do then. If they had done what they were supposed to do then, we wouldn't be dealing with this orange-faced bastard.
Both sides are fucked up, JG. I ain't no Democrat. I ain't no Republican because I find out shit that some agendas that the Democrats push that me and Nzo were questioning in our first show. Who the fuck are these people that are allowing these things to happen? We had no idea it's the Democrats. Remember, we're talking about everyone gets a trophy, Nzo?
Mm-hmm.
That's their platform.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves. That's when I said it's all over. When everybody wins. There's no losers in Wonderland.
It's crazy. Nah, I feel you.
That's not reality. You're not preparing anybody for real life with that fucking kind of mentality.
Not at all. Not at all.
I cheer sometimes, when my kids go through a hard time. Because, perseverance.
They got to learn from it.
You can overcome
100%. Yeah.
That's a trait that you want to have. If you don't have that trait, how do you get over things? How do you move forward?
100%. 100%. Trials and tribulations of life, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And at a certain point in life, you can't blame people for things that you've done in your life or the reason why your life isn't the way it's supposed to be. You have to blame yourself. You know what I mean? And the only way you're going to do that is if you're able to learn from your mistakes. If you don't learn from your mistake, then you'll never know, right? So, yeah, no, I feel you, Roberto.
Look how many traits are slowly disappearing. They're becoming extinct. Content, perseverance, respect, honor. All of these things that make you a better person, they're fucking slowly disappearing. You don't even hear them in everyday conversations anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's like bitching the other day. I said, I bet you're trying to be nice to someone. How did you know? Because that's the world. I mean, some people walk around blind. I walk my eyes wide open.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking see things that people are, how did you see that? Because, man, I'm so interested. I'm almost like a nerd man. You fucking humans. You interest me now. You new humans. You interest me. You're very interesting species, man. You're like chameleons. You're constantly changing for the worse.
Facts.
We need to exterminate you. Let's fucking make a movie and make a reality. Extermination Island. You take all of these people and you ship them somewhere else, and we watch them every day struggle like ants in a little fucking hole.
Facts.
Wouldn't that be a hit movie, man? And then we make it reality.
You know?
Oh, man. Maybe this will get us some more views because we're fucking coming off, man.
It is what it is, brother. It is what it is. Off. But it was actually a really good show tonight, guys. You know what I mean? Had some great topics. You see? That's how it's
lighter. I think I lost 2 pounds on the show.
That's awesome. And until you wake up and gotta go to work in the morning, so it tries to cut you off.
Hey, maybe going to bed feeling as good and light as I do.
You might be okay tomorrow. Eh? You might wake up and be like, you know what? Go ahead. I see what you're doing. Go do it. You're not gonna fuck up my day today.
Yeah, I had a good show last night. Cut me off. It's all good today.
Roberto, tell the people where they can find you.
Right here Wednesday nights with my boys, them bigger forward, JG Shaolin, getting shit off our chest live.
Facts. I know I'm gonna do something stupid tonight, and I know I shouldn't do it, but I'm gonna do it. And yeah, JG, take us home, brother.
What the? JG Shaolin, terrific, the undefeated final boss. What happened?
It's gonna do something to you.
No, not the JJ. No, not the JJ. Nothing to do with that. It's something we talked about today, and I said, yeah.
Before I do the intro, everyone, please turn your attention to the Nerd Man's channel because he's trying to break down this most hilarious thing ever. Anyway, JG Shaolin.
Wait. Oh shit, my bad. Hold on.
Okay,
Wait, what did you say about Nerdman?
Nerdman, he's I guess he's trying to break dance or something like that in one of his videos, bro.
Oh really?
Oh my god, I don't know
I
what
know
he was dancing. I don't know what the hell he was doing.
he sent some video in the chat where I was like, "What the fuck is this?" You know what I mean? So and it's not the channel he sent. It wasn't named Hot Takes Tuesday anymore, right? So I don't know if he changed the name of his channel or he has another channel, but this was not Hot Takes Tuesday channel. It was like Jet something, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh yeah, those lady boys got him.
Facts.
Lady boys got him. They got him. Got him changing names and everything.
You know what? Now that you mention that, thank you. Before we get to let's get a little laugh over here tonight, guys. All right, which one is it? Here it is. So let me share this tab here. I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know what it is, but I think it's his channel. So he sent it. Said Treehouse Days. Says Jet Let's rapping and profiling. That looks like his picture there to me.
That's
right?
him.
That's Nerdman, right? All right.
Subs.
Get on your feet. That's what my mama told me when I was 3. After I ran into a tree and scratched my head. But I learned then to get up on my feet. When I was 9, I got my heart break for the first time. Dad told me, boy, don't you cry. Never let them see tears in your eyes. And that's how I learned to live my life the way I like. Without a head.
So I'll just stop that there because that's what he sent. I have no idea I said, what the fuck is this? And he never responded to it. I don't know if I don't know if that's him singing or whatever, but he didn't say nothing about it. He just sent it. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? So yeah. Nerd, that definitely sounded like
you fall down, Nzo, get back up.
He said, what the holy fuck is wrong? I have no idea, Mike. I don't know. The lady boys, like JG said, the lady boys got to him. They got him. 100%.
The lady boys.
Huh?
Who's the lady boys?
Oh, you know what a lady boy is,
Yeah.
Roberto?
No. I've never heard. I'm thinking a gay guy.
Yeah, lady boy.
Okay, that's what Thailand reference. Hey,
Yes.
I'm
a lady boy. Yes, the lady boy is them in Thailand because that's where he is. He's over there. You know what I mean?
He's in Thailand.
Is it Thailand? Yeah, something like that. He's in one of them places, Thailand or some shit like that. Yeah.
Well, he left. Wasn't he in the U.S. before?
No, he was in the UK. He left the UK and then went over there.
Okay,
yeah.
Nerdman. I got you.
Yeah. Who'd you think I was saying?
You thinking Terrence, I think.
Terrence.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I got you.
That's what I think about the human thing. It wasn't Terrence.
I got you. No, that's Nerdman.
Okay, I got Nerdman. The UK.
Yeah, exactly. JG
Shaolin Terrific, the undefeated, undisputed final boss of the 36 Chambers of Shaolin. Wee! Shout out Jim Kelly. Thank you all for tuning in live for another prime.
Okay, wait,
time.
hold on. I gotta pause for a second. Are we talking to football player Jim Kelly?
No, man, martial arts.
Black cards revoked again, bro. God. Wow.
Martial arts back in the day, huh?
Wow. My bad.
Who the hell did this?
He kept fucking saying Jim Kelly, and I'm like,
that's who he is, Jim Kelly.
I know, but I kept saying, why the fuck does he keep saying Jim Kelly, the fucking football player for?
No.
Now I get it.
good chronic you smoking tonight.
JG.
You're gonna hook me up, Anzo.
JG Shaolin Terrific, the undefeated, undisputed, final boss of the 36 champions of Shaolin. We, the Black Jim Kelly represent.
Martial artist.
Martial artist. Man, you come straight out of a comic book. That one, Anzo. Thank y'all for tuning in live for another fire stream on the O.O.C. Prime Time, everybody, with the host Nzo, aka the Abbott, and the Osiris of the the Spliff King, the Professor of Gunja, alongside his co-host Roberto, aka Mr. 100, aka No Trouble Dead. Everything gonna be irie. No woman, no cry. I ain't shouting out nobody else. I'm tired.
As it should be. As it should be. Thank you very much. Good job. Guys, that was it. Great show. I appreciate everybody that came in here. Mike, Dewan, Beaming Khan, Basel. My kid was up in here. Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. Tony was in the house. Ray was in the house. Thank you for popping in. Excuse me. Mr. Danny Graham was in the house. Elihu-Who was in the house. Wow, the gorilla clip. I'll play that next week. I forgot there was a gorilla clip to play. Tamika Den was in the house. And if I missed anybody, I do apologize. Myra, Kitty, thank you guys for popping in. Much appreciated. We will be back next week with another fire episode of the O.O.C. But until then, peace, love, and hair grease, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
New brand yellow, I tell some clown. Till I come round, come for the 4 pound. Sit down, me love how you perform. You grabbing me body, you never go scratch your palm. Wait, your pussy good, me never dead so long. Wait, your pussy good, if you put it in a song. Tell you what the man say, him better run. Come, we fight for your pussy, old veteran. Watch how your step, land, mindset, a pressure bomb. You just make it sitting tough up and I never gang.